It is just after sunrise and I am quite a ways down a long, winding dirt road, and that is because today I am going to be attempting White Chuck Mountain. This is a spicy little scramble off of the Mountain Loop Highway. It is short and sweet. I'm going to be doing 2,100 feet in 4 miles round trip. And a lot of this is going to be some class 3 scrambling. And there's supposed to be a pretty cool crux to this mountain. There are bugs about. I am very excited to see this mountain and see if I can complete the route. So let's get going. I made it to the base of the scramble, which means I have done the easy part, which is kind of following the ridge through the meadows, not much climbing, and then behind me is the bulk of this route. This is when I am leaving the somewhat maintained boot path and heading up there. I believe that is the summit. If not, it's just right past that, but I'm going to be going up this, taking some ledges up, gaining the ridge, dropping down a notch up to the summit. This is going to get into class 3 territory, and the crux, like I said, is supposed to be pretty spicy. I am not promising a summit. I am going to go as far as I can. If I feel uncomfortable with the exposure, I will turn around, but hopefully I can make it up there. Either way, the views have been amazing. The mosquitoes are being annoying as ever, but yeah, I've been looking forward to trying this for a while, so whew. All right, let's do it. I gained the ridge and oh my gosh, check this out. Oh, it's incredible. I'm looking down on the White Chuck Glacier, and look at these glacial striations in the rock. That's just beautiful. And then I've got the south summit of White Chuck behind me. I just came up the first obstacle of this climb, which is the ledges and the steep gully, so I'm out of that, and it honestly wasn't so bad. I've heard it's pretty solid so long as you're in dry conditions, and it's a beautiful summer day, so that was good. It's just steep, so I made it up that, and the next order of business is to go along the ridge until I get to the crux. Man, just coming up this far, I already got my money's worth. These views are out of this world. Oh my God. I made it to the ridge. The summit is right behind me, and I am at the crux of this climb. This is where it becomes properly class 3/4 because of the exposure. And you know, I've heard a lot about it. This does not look anywhere near as bad as advertised. Gonna be going down this ledge system, the narrow part right there, up to the summit. So yeah, I'm gonna fuel up and then get down here. It really doesn't look too bad. I was expecting much worse. This looks really doable. Of White Chuck Mountain. Wow, that was challenging, but that was also super fun. And there's not a ton of mosquitoes at the summit, and the views are incredible. Oh my gosh, I'm honestly just blown away by this entire thing. This is crazy. This is beautiful. Oh, and what a cool summit area. Man, I've been thinking about White Chuck for a long time. I've been thinking about it ever since I saw it from Pew last year, because this is a crazy looking mountain, and it's way more doable than it looks. You know, I was kind of I was intimidated by trying to do this. I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I can. It might be too much. I might bail when I see some of the scrambling involved, but no, it was really good. I felt good. Oh. And now I get the rewards, so I'm gonna have my snack, enjoy these incredible views, and take my helmet off so I can have a little bit of a breather before I have to head back down. I will give the tour. This is, I do think this is one of the best views I've had all year. This is just incredible. I mean, I'm on a pinnacle in the North Cascades. That's guaranteed good views. Okay, gosh, I don't know where to start. Okay, let's start looking kind of west at Glacier Peak, looking incredible. And I mean, check out these clouds too. They're doing some beautiful things. But there's Glacier Peak, absolutely beautiful. This one right here, this is Mount Pew. I climbed that last year, and this is where I got like my first really good look at White Chuck. And the other big spire back there, that is Sloan Peak. And then we're getting into Monte Cristo, Kai's Peak, Del Campo's over here, Vesper, Big Four, all those ones, Dickerman, Forgotten. This is your Mountain Loop area. And then we're coming around here to Three Fingers and Whitehorse, and then Darrington, Mountain Loop area. And then north, we have Mount Baker, Mount Shuckson, and then further along, we've got the pickets of the North Cascades, and then we're getting into Snow King, and then more of the North Cascades, getting into North Cascades National Park proper. And then down here is Thornton Lake, I believe I'm saying it correctly. Beautiful lake. Look at this. Look at these clouds. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Wow. Incredible stuff. I mean, what a 360. Absolutely insane. And then there's kind of the south or the sub peak of White Chuck. It looks so big and imposing coming up, and now it looks very small from up here. So, oh, also there's a summit register, which I will sign, but it's one of the cool, it's one of the old artillery shells. So that's always fun. But yeah, wow. There's thousands of peaks. You can see. It's just this is great. There's so many. It would take me forever to point them all out, but oh man, I'm just grateful to be up here with the clouds swirling around me and no mosquitoes trying to eat me alive. That's a perfect summit. I say goodbye to the summit, and I am at the notch where the crux of this whole climb is. And this is what it looks like from below. It is pretty much this nice ladder. And the biggest point of exposure is like right here, but all of the holds, and it is really like a ladder. Like there's nice little flat ledges the entire way. You just have to go around this. Slipping and falling here would not be good, but I would say that, you know, if you've got some scrambling experience, it's not too bad. It is a high consequence fall, so you definitely want to feel confident and secure in what you're doing. That being said, I think the scrambling is actually it's quite easy. That's the fall, so you could potentially like go down that. So, you know, that is, I see why people say that gets into 4 territory, especially also with the ledges further down. But overall, as far as the scrambling goes, it is pretty straightforward. I think the other part is like, it's a little spooky going down, versus going back up. And I reversed this already because I climbed it for the footage, but so I know I can go up and down it a couple times. But yeah, it's really kind of hard. This thing looks crazy in pictures and in footage. It's really kind of hard to convey that, like, you know, the footholds, it is, there's more space than there appears to be. And yeah, I felt really secure. It didn't feel it didn't feel too spooky at any part. But now I do have to go up it and then all the way back down to my car, which you can see the road I came in on. I have to get down to right about there. So I have to go up this, down the ridge. You can see the trail way down there. There's where I will be golden and on a proper trail again, then to my car. So this is going to be really annoying descent. That's the part of this I'm not looking forward to. I think this descent is going to be kind of awful, but ooh, we'll see.
Myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. This really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again.
That was White Chuck Mountain, and in a single word, that was incredible. White Chuck, I've been thinking about it ever since I saw it from Mount Pew last year, because it's a crazy looking mountain, and it's also crazy that you can climb it for pretty modest gain. It's only 2,100 feet of gain, and the fact that like it doesn't involve crazy rock climbing to get up there, you would think that you need like gear and stuff looking at it, but no, there's a little ledge system you can take right to the top. And the route is really cool. So you start like the first mile is going through these beautiful meadows, and then you get to the gully, which is just steep and loose, really annoying, but also beautiful. It's like a garden right now. So many wildflowers. And then you take this ledge system, kind of boot path along the side of the mountain, and it is very narrow. So even the parts that are like non-technical, quote, are still have some potential consequence, because it's like on the edge of the cliff there, and it's very narrow, so there's not really a lot of margin for error if you stumble. And then the ledges, which is another part that gets talked about on this route, the white ledges, I think they're called. And it's this exposed down-sloping rock, which really wasn't that bad. And that's the thing, is like it's not supposed to be that bad unless it's wet, in which case it becomes like deadly. Don't do this route if it has rained recently, because yeah, it's like you can walk up them just fine, but if it was slippery, that would be a death trap. And then the final crux really was not that bad, and I just kept hearing mixed reports. There's some people who bail when they get there and they see that. There are other people who say it's really easy, and then like pictures and video really makes it look crazy. It makes it look crazy. I felt really comfortable and solid on it, but I will say there is high consequence. Like there is exposure. I think that it's very solid, and if your practice is scrambling, you should be fine. But yeah, the exposure there is no joke. I want to emphasize that. But I felt really good about it. It didn't spook me, and that was a lot of fun. That was honestly the most fun. So I'm really glad I got to enjoy that. The other thing I will say, and it is true, you'll hear complaints about this with this mountain, is the road to get here. Not only is it very bumpy, but it's just so long. You are spending so long on a gravel road to get to this mountain. But I will say it's worth the drive, because it's a beautiful little pocket of the Alpine. And gosh, I'm so annoyed. Though the bugs are fine, but as I just came off of the gully and I got back into the woods, a hornet or a yellow jacket stung my ankle. And so my ankle is now throbbing. I have not been stung by, that's the first time I've been stung by anything on trail. I haven't been stung by a bee or anything similar, gosh, in over a decade. And it just came out of nowhere. I didn't see it. I booked it because I was like, oh crap, am I near a nest or something? I did not stick around to find out. One sting was enough. It's kind of reduced to a dull throb. It went for my Achilles tendon. It's like right on my Achilles. It went for my weak spots. So, you know, no injury on the mountain, but yeah, I'm not, my ankle's not feeling fantastic. When I get to the car, I'm gonna bandage it up. Oh, and that's the other thing, helmets. Helmets are a must because there's just so much loose stuff. And if other people are climbing, you definitely want to have that protection. So I would definitely recommend a helmet. Gosh, what a day though. That was just beautiful. Also, the summit views. Oh my God. Oh, the summit views. That was just amazing. That was so cool. That might be my favorite summit views I've seen in a long time, which I know I say often, but it's gonna take a lot to top that, I think. It's really gonna take a lot to top that. But anyway, so to sum it up, I would say that this is a pretty fun scramble. If you are wanting a scramble and a challenge, this mountain is going to deliver. It's kind of got a little bit of everything. If you are not comfortable with exposure, this is not the mountain for you. There's exposure pretty much along the entire route once you start up the gully and are along the ridge. Even when you're not scrambling, there's pretty high exposure. So if you're not comfortable with that and don't feel confident, do not attempt. And I showed the crux as best I could. I think the video is probably going to make it look way crazier than it is. So hopefully that gives a general idea. But yeah, I would not recommend this as to most people, but if you've got a couple of scrambles under your belt, and you know, you're prepared to deal with exposure and really slippery loose terrain, then this might be one to check out. But I don't think that this is for most hikers. Although you could do the first mile if you just want to do a hike and get a look at the mountain, because I think just going to those meadows and seeing the pinnacle is really pretty. So that's something you could do if you don't want to climb the mountain, but you want to see it and get out in this beautiful area. Okay, that's a long wrap. That's gonna be one of the longest wrap-ups of the year. So anyway, White Chalk Mountain was really fun. I'm very annoyed at that yellow jacket. Thank you so much for watching. And here are my favorite pictures from the climb today. Enjoy.